While the whole world focuses on LeBron versus Michael Jordan, the real debate should be between Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. Namely because they actually played the same position, they both have taken mentorship and advice from one another, and oh yeah, they've both done a whole lot of winning. If we look at the stats say one story. But if we ask the people who actually played with and against them, does it yield a different one? Let's explore. Cue my intro. Hello, YouTube fam!
You see, it's me!
It's your boy, Big V, staking his claim to be the biggest Miami Heat fan in all of the land. So while on Gil's Arena, Kobe's ex-teammate, Nick Young, set the NBA world alight when he said,
Kyrie is the Kobe, the Curry MJ. People scared to say he's better. I'm fucking up. I had to double check.
First of all, can we say how incredible it is that Swaggy P Nick Young is dabbling in metaphors? Wow, this one was so complicated I had to read it 5 times before it made any sense. Maybe that means I'm stupider than Nick Young. Anyhow, what he's basically saying is 2 parts. 1, Kobe is better than MJ and people are scared to say it, and Kyrie Irving's better than Steph Curry. We'll leave the second one for another day. Nick Young feels, having played with Kobe Bryant, that he is the greatest player of all time. What's interesting is, during this session of Gil's Arena, of 8 people sitting there, 6 of them actually agreed with this point, and there was only 2 people who believed Michael Jordan's the better player. A fact I find very startling, given that I grew up in a time where if you said anybody other than Michael Jordan was the greatest, you were roundly laughed at and dismissed from the GOAT club. But does he have a point? Because when you actually have played with somebody, you see greatness every minute of the day. It's not just when you play them or when you see them on TV like I did. We have to treat it with some validity, despite it being Nick Young. So we're gonna go through stats that most people don't, because we like to be more thorough on this channel. But we will start with NBA championship. Kobe Bryant 5, Michael Jordan 6. My goodness. Excellent. Jordan has 1 more. NBA seasons, Kobe Bryant 20, Michael Jordan 15. So Michael Jordan won 6 championships in less time, but Kobe Bryant stayed 5 years longer. So one could make arguments either way there, right? Both impressive nonetheless, but Michael Jordan won more in less time. All-Star games, Kobe 18, Michael Jordan 14. Can't say nothing there. Both amazing, both incredible, both reflective of the individual greatness of both these gentlemen. And might I add, before we continue, unlike the clowns on Gil's Arena, I am not gonna sit here and try to diminish anybody's accomplishments. I'm not going to insult the late great Kobe Bryant, and nor am I gonna insult the great Michael Jordan. I'm not gonna say something stupid like Gilbert Arenas, who says Kobe didn't have a great first step so he needed a second one. I mean, how is this guy allowed to commentate on TV? I don't understand. Kobe didn't have a quick first step? Oh, so I guess that wasn't Kobe doing a reverse jam on Kevin Garnett and Sprewell in the playoffs. No, that wasn't him. I mean, slow first step. Clown. Honors and awards, season MVP, Kobe Bryant 1, Michael Jordan 5. So here's where we see our first massive distinction. The other stuff is very comparable, but if we get to regular season MVPs, sustained excellence over an 82 game schedule, the league decided that Michael Jordan was the best player or the most valuable 5 times in a 15-year career, whereas Kobe Bryant only received it once. However, we must put an asterisk saying he could have won it at least a couple more times. He was penalized for his team not being great, but Michael Jordan was penalized for being too damn good. He should have won the MVP at least 7 or 8 times. The voters got tired of voting him, right? Let's vote in someone else. Finals MVP, Kobe Bryant 2, Michael Jordan 6. So here we go again. Another big distinction. Despite winning 5 titles, Kobe has won 2 finals MVP, whereas Michael Jordan won 6 out of 6. Wow. We must add as well, Michael Jordan never ever went to a game 7. Never ever. All NBA first team. Kobe Bryant 11, Michael Jordan 10. Wow. So Kobe has more All-NBA first teams. All-NBA teams, Kobe Bryant 15, Michael Jordan 11. Wow. Both 9-time All-Defense first team. So whoever's out there, even in Gil's Arena, being like, oh, Kobe wasn't a top defender, whoever says that, the numbers say you are full of shit. How dare you? So think about both these dudes were the main offensive guy on their team by far, but according to the numbers, more often than not, were the best defensive player on their teams as well. That's insane, man. That's insane. And at the shooting guard position too. Wow. And then if we go scoring leader, again, because Kobe outside of Jordan is regarded as the greatest scorer. But Michael Jordan has 10 scoring titles to Kobe's 2. Wow. This just shows the absolute stunning greatness of Michael Jordan. Wow. And if we can continue on, if we go points per game, Michael Jordan 30.1, Kobe 25. Total stats, Kobe Bryant, 33,643 points. Michael Jordan, 32,292. With both men besting each other in certain categories. However, which in and of itself, can we pause and say, what a legendary career the great Kobe Bryant had. My goodness. I am honestly in awe because growing up, I was not a Lakers person. I was not a Kobe fan at all. I always admired his game, obviously, but I never enjoyed watching the Lakers win. So being the, typical moronic NBA fan that I was, I tried to diminish Kobe back in the day. But damn, looking at these stats, I'm honestly awestruck. It's brilliant. It's amazing. And it's awesome how close he is to MJ in so many ways. That being said, you guys must agree at this point that the stats say that Michael Jordan was the superior player. Not by much, but he was. And given that they played the same position, he averaged more points, won more titles, and more MVPs and finals MVPs, I would say, statistically speaking, Jordan is the better player. However, do stats say the whole story? Because now there is a narrative going around that is being trumpeted more and more daily that the level of competition that Michael Jordan played against is nowhere near what Kobe Bryant played against, especially at the position, but the argument is being made overall, right? I made a video last week talking about how Anthony Edwards drew the ire of NBA legends for saying that Michael Jordan was the only skilled player back in his day. I will link that video here and is in the description too. According to Nick Young, who played with Kobe Bryant, Kobe is the best ever because the level of competition that he faced was much greater than Michael Jordan. And if that is the case, then could you say with increased competition, is Kobe Bryant actually the better player? Unfortunately, this is a very, very stupid argument. It's pointless because you are penalizing or not penalizing someone for the year that they were born in, right? Michael Jordan didn't play against anyone, which A, is patently untrue. Gilbert Arenas comes out and says he was a Bugatti, everyone else was a Civic. That's not true. It's just not true. Michael Jordan played against great players. If you're saying his position, he played against a guy named Clyde Drexler, who until the woke media decided that he wasn't good, Michael Jordan played against that guy who was considered one of the best players in the NBA. Michael Jordan played against the aforementioned Kobe Bryant. Michael Jordan played against Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, Charles Barkley, John Stockton, Karl Malone, Gary Payton, Sean Kemp. Should I go on? Nah. You guys will tune out. The competition argument, it's just not a good one. You have to do with what's in front of you. The fact that Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan crossed over. Yes, Michael Jordan was in his second to last or third last season with the Bulls, and Kobe was a rookie. Doesn't matter though. They actually played at the same time. And if we're gonna talk about competition, then we also have to talk about rules. Yes, by natural progression, Kobe might have faced 5 to 10% better competition. He also faced 5 to 10% more leniency in the rules. By the time Kobe came into the league, the punch you in the face and kick you in the head defense that Michael Jordan endured was no longer a thing. It allowed Kobe to be a more fully formed version of his offensive self. The next part of the argument that they bring up in Gil's Arena is Kobe had way more moves than Michael Jordan. He took what Jordan did and built upon it. But then the argument was, which is I can't even tell you how triggered it makes me. But anyway, the argument that, well, Michael Jordan didn't need any moves. There's nothing I hate more than when the simplest rebuttal to an argument is there, and then you choose to go under some convoluted moronic route. But then again, it's Gilbert Arenas. Who the hell is actually surprised? So yes, Michael Jordan, the young Michael Jordan, was a one-of-one athlete. To this day, we haven't seen a guy with that lightning first step. Lightning! That guy was an athletic freak. So yes, you could argue his first step, he was a better athlete than Kobe Bryant. But that doesn't mean that Kobe wasn't a top athlete in the NBA. Kobe won a dunk contest in 1997. Kobe dunked on Dwight Howard. Kobe dunked on fools all the time. He was dunking on players when he was past 30. What are we talking about? If we go to 95, 96, 96, 97, 97, 98, where did Michael Jordan make the most of his money? Where did he torture his defenders? In the post with a dizzying, dazzling array of post moves. You know why? Because his athleticism had started to wane and he knew it. Who does Kobe credit with building his footwork and his game? Oh yeah, Michael Jordan. Why do we have to pull down someone else to bring someone else up? These are consensus the two top shooting guards of all time. Even me, whose favorite player is Dwayne Wade, who's an unabashed Miami fan, will accept that these two are the greatest shooting guards of all time. Can we not diminish? Can we not say stupid things? Look, yes, Shaq was the #1 guy on those championship teams. Of course he was. Does that take away from Kobe being greater than MJ? Both these gentlemen had elite bag, elite offensive bag, a dizzying array of moves. Yes, I would say Kobe, once he found that perfect blend and he was allowed to be the #1 option, there was literally the next best guy was Smush Parker. Yes, Kobe did some outstanding things. And yeah, when his teammate was the Joker Nick Young, Kobe was doing things that were one of one. And I think some of his scoring seasons were on par with MJ. Absolutely. Absolutely. But it seems like if we look at Gil's Arena or just the NBA media as a whole, they're not really the best people for us to really get opinions of, because unfortunately NBA media is just so highly emotional these days. Like, look at Nick Young's reactions throughout. You know, he's having a pretty much hissy fit. That's the problem. So let's ask people who are a little more measured and unbiased. So if we ask Tim Grover, the guy who trained both Michael Jordan and Kobe, what does he say?
His biggest obsession was to have more championships than Michael, because Michael had won 6, so his goal was 7.
Phil Jackson, the man who coached both these gentlemen to all their glory, was asked who would win between Michael and Kobe in a one-on-one. He said this.
If you have to pick.
No, it's gonna be MJ. He's got that hand. He's got the glove.
So, as it seems, despite a growing contingency of people thinking the late great Kobe Bryant was actually better than his hero and idol who he built his game on, while they have some argument in terms of individual scoring seasons, overall, the stats, the accomplishments, and even the people who saw both these gentlemen's individual greatness on a day-to-day basis say the same thing. The better player is his airness, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. But it's not by far. Just because he may not be the #1 shooting guard of all time, Kobe Bryant's career was a one-of-one, and he did things that will most likely never ever be replicated. Honestly, a tribute to both these gentlemen who gave me so much happiness on my Friday and Saturday nights, because those were the only days we got basketball in Indonesia. I'm your host, Big V. It's been amazing. You'll see me soon. Peace!